Started in March of last year, 2025. I started noticing while I was exercising, I started having numbness in my hands and a little bit of pain on the left side, but mostly I started noticing I had numbness in both sides. I did several weeks of physical therapy, but I knew it was not going to solve the problem. I also had a steroid injection done in my neck, which lasted a very, very short period of time. But during that period of time, I started looking at my options, knowing that I was going to need a surgeon to fix this problem. I heard of Dr. Clavel and several of his colleagues in Europe, and I started doing a ton of research. And the one absolute criterion was that I was not going to have a fusion. Technology of the discs, for me, was very important, but most importantly was the experience of the surgeon and the quantity, the volume that they're doing. And that was my main criterion. I came to interview with Dr. Clavel in July, and he might consider that to be more of an interrogation, because I hit him with a lot of questions, and he answered all of them. And after I interviewed with him, I was here in Barcelona less than 36 hours. I landed, came and interviewed with him, and flew home. And I told my wife we're going back to Barcelona, and so we scheduled this for the first week of November, and came and moved to Barcelona for 2 weeks, and it was the best experience of my life. The numbness was gone. I certainly had no pain. Dr. Clavel thought I was joking with him, but I asked him what was in the IV. And he said, well, there's a painkiller and there's an anti-inflammatory. And I said, turn it off. And he said, really? I said, turn it off. I said, I'm not in any pain. The numbness is gone. And I said, I want to get up and start walking around. And he's like, okay, let's eat some food and we'll get you up and moving. So he stopped the painkiller. And so they had me on my feet that afternoon, and I walked the whole night, and finally got some sleep. They offered me more pain medication. I said no. They offered me a sleeping pill. I said no. The next morning, Clavel came in, and he said, well, you can stay for another day if you want. And I said, no. I said, let's go home. So that afternoon, we did another x-ray to make sure everything was good. He cleared me to go back to the hotel. I probably walked 4 or 5 kilometers that afternoon. So I slowly started getting back into exercising. I was walking every day, but started lifting weights again at about 3 months. And now we're 6-7 months out, and my strength is completely back to normal. And now I'm playing golf again 2-3 times a week, and I'll start flying airplanes again. Just an excellent experience to make the decision to come here, both for his reputation, the volume of cases that he does. The hospital staff is fantastic, and the rehabilitation was outstanding. So I can't speak highly enough of the experience. Just could not be more happy about the procedure. So